Yes, people, back again with another stream with these top 10 lists. This one, people, I can't lie, this one's going to be wild. Big up my guy, Vibes, Tariq, Ed, Brush. Hope everyone's doing well. What are you, man, saying?
Not too bad, really. How are you, bro?
You know, monsoon season, so you know what it's like. It's very wet. Very wet.
Oh. We just call that summer, Brush. Not Brush, sorry, really. That's what we do. That's our summer.
He's right about that.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Weird type of summer out there, but okay.
The heating came on in my house this morning. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, but Mama G doesn't say no fools at the heat.
It's true. The heating comes on at all times. Ed knows that already.
Even in the summer?
Yeah. If it's cold enough, the heating will definitely come on in the house. Yeah, everyone's cold.
Somebody's going to die over there, fam. That's too damn hot over there.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, well, big up everyone in the comments so far. I appreciate you, man, coming through, yeah? So, Premier League midfielder list here, top 10. To be fair, people, it was hard to make a list for DMs, just regular center midfielders and cams. It was going to be really hard to make that list because back in the day, most teams played 4-4-2. So how he was going to put that together? It would have been ridiculous for us to try to do. So we just decided midfielders in general.
Yeah, it was so hard to differentiate, wasn't it? Especially when we got into that conversation of like old school 10s were actually strikers, whereas the more modern ones are, more attacking midfielders. It just got really complicated when we tried to break it down.
This pagan, this guy Richie, get him out of here. Yeah, that's the thing too. With a top 10 list, a lot of good players are going to get left out still. So it's not like we don't read them or think they're crap or anything, but it's hard to make a list of just 10. Some people are going to get their feelings broken, fam.
Yeah, there's going to be a big honorable mentions list, I feel, with this one.
That's mad.
I've got some hot takes for the honorable mentions list, and how high some certain ones are.
We know Santi Cazorla is going to be mentioned, T. Don't worry.
He's actually got one of them. But thanks for putting him back in my head. Maybe he might creep up.
Man said if Carrick's not on the list, big up Joe, yeah. Big up Paxton, Rusty, Rich. Man said Carrick, There's a certain person on this panel here don't like Carrick. I won't call his name, Brush.
Yo, Rich, you might need to slow down, bro.
Yeah, this brother might need to go to AAA, fam. What's going on with you, big man?
What the hell's of them? Yeah, I've never heard of half these things.
This brother here is just going mad on the liquor.
Vermouth. Vermouth's something your nan drinks. I don't know what is on that.
Man said the nan, Let me see here. Let me start it off here. Paul Scholes. I don't think anyone is complaining. Not a soul is complaining for that one.
My favorite player of all time.
Is it because he's gingerhead?
Yes.
That does help. But no, my favorite player of all time. Let's not forget he wasn't like the quarterback that he became at the end of his career. For most of it, he was breaking into the box, scoring goals. He was.
Yeah,
picking up players. He's absolute baller.
He actually started out as a striker as well.
Yep, and was moved back. Mm-hmm. And you've only got to look at Xavi, Iniesta, Zidane, anyone that you rate. They all say Paul Scholes is the best or one of the best they've ever come up against. And,
absolutely, the vision, the range of passing. But the only thing the man couldn't do was tackle.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks that was on purpose because he was still old school. I think he just liked to leave one. So
I just think he was not a fan.
I tried with this list to go with, because it was ridiculous, with my favourite players. In the end, who I preferred to watch was only one above Scholes. Scholes was 2 for me.
When you talk about midfielders that can playing all parts of the pitch, from a deep line playmaker, a box-to-box 8, and then even as a old school attacking midfielder. That's what Paul Scholes is, and there's not really many that I have in my list that you can easily say excel in all three parts. As a 6, 8, and a 10, wonderful. How mismanaged was he by England, guys? Like, I need you guys to educate me on this, because all I know is they play left midfield.
That was only for one World Cup, though, T. That was one World Cup under Sven towards the end, and he gave up because we were trying to fit. Well, we'll get on to Lampard, but we were trying to fit him.
Listen, T. There was one World Cup where we played Emil Heskey as a left winger.
Listen, respect Heskey. Respect Heskey.
Man, like Big Hex,
Listen, Heskey knew his job. That's all I'm going to say.
He knew his job all right.
Yeah, it was a scoring buster.
I mean, he did his job. He ran
around in his earlier days. We'll leave that for the striker stream, innit?
Yeah, the hell are you talking about Heskey for? That's my fault. Listen, I'll keep it short and simple. Yeah, he retired, winning the league. He came out of retirement and he won the league again.
Go on.
Some guy from Liverpool tried his best to win the league, but he slipped. So.
Didn't he get a kiss on the lips by Gary Neville as well when he came out of retirement?
He did.
Yeah.
Was that Man City? Was it? Yeah.
I remember that.
Is that Man City? Yeah.
Combination.
Yeah, the angle did not help matters.
Big up Chino. I don't know if Carrick makes the list. Yeah, Carrick may or may not make the list. There is a lot of good players. Vibes. Who you have up next, Vibes?
I was going to say Carrick to take the piss, but I'll leave that to someone else. I'm going to go with Roy Keane.
Have to be. Guaranteed.
No, he's not on my list.
Isn't it? What?
No way.
I'm joking.
Oh, yeah.
I'm about to kick Ed out, I'm about to kick Ed out, fam. He was getting kicked.
Nah.
Oh, man.
I was kicking Ed out quickly. No Roy Keane. No chance. We don't even have to debate this guy. As a pundit, he's funny as hell, bro. He says some wild stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think Roy Keane was a problem there.
Again, as well, when he was at Forest, before he went to United, he was a goal-scoring midfielder as well. So he's another one that played that 4-4-2 thing, but he wasn't just sort of the destroyer that he may or may not have turned into. He was scoring goals for fun for Notts Forest for a bit as well. He's another player that kind of found his groove and just excelled under Ferguson and was the general on the pitch. And
in the early days at United as well, Ed, he used to maraud forward quite a lot.
Definitely. Yeah.
Quite a lot.
There's a famous goal that he scored in the green and yellow kit, wasn't it, with the laces? That was that Liverpool? That Liverpool in the Cup? Can't remember, but it was one of the ones that set Man United on the way to winning the first Premier League for them. He was instrumental from when he signed to when him and Ferguson fell out and he went to Celtic. He was unbelievable.
Yeah, and then getting that captaincy as well, it just elevated him to another level. Natural born leader, man. Certainly my favourite captain.
This agenda is taking a new toll. Look where it's gone already.
I know. Brought it from Twitter to YouTube.
This is mad.
Can't escape it.
Derek, what's your player in?
Well, I think it makes sense. You guys picked Man United midfielders, and Vibe said Roy Keane. I've got to put his arch nemesis and now good friend in Patrick Vieira as my midfielder. Has to be. Really, so I know you share a good affinity with him, being, French yourself.
To be fair, and his wife is from Trinidad, just saying.
Is she? All right, there you go. So really, who's better, Roy Keane or Patrick Vieira? Agendas.
Yeah, Bon Vieira.
Nah, but when you're talking about a midfielder like in Arsenal's history, he's up there, all-time Arsenal midfielder, and there's been some top midfielders that we've had in the past. When you're looking at
how far in the past we talk more here with these top midfielders?
I'm talking about
Premier League era, isn't it?
Premier League.
No, wait, hold on.
First division.
Talking about here.
Yeah, if you even look at the likes of Liam Brady's and those guys, like this guy is in there because of what he brings from a leadership standpoint, technically speaking. He's been a vital part in our history, and do you know what? I think Arsenal me and Ed spoke about this now, relating it to what nowadays could be. I think the equivalent for what our Patrick Vieira could be a Declan Rice. We haven't had anyone near that level, and it's not easy to have someone of that level, but I think he really can. And someone from deep in midfield who wasn't just a tackler either. He could carry the ball, and that's what I see from a profile standpoint, what Declan Rice could do for Arsenal.
Bloody hell.
Declan Rice, yeah.
For me, Patrick.
How did he transition that to Declan Rice? Flip it, hell.
Yeah, that
Combination.
This guy Tyrone, you know.
Yeah, I'm not even going to put that on Declan because honestly, I don't think there's too many people I can even compare to Patrick Vieira.
I mean, just for that, Tyrone, you might have to answer this question.
Iron sharpens iron, though, innit, T? So one of the great things about the Premier League for me was that rivalry, not only between our two clubs, but Roy Keane versus Vieira.
Yeah,
managers, everything was against each other at that time.
Yeah.
Brush, were you watching live when the let's do the talking out on the pitch, pick on some of your own size happened?
Oh yeah.
That's fun.
I lost my mind as a teenager when that was happening.
Bro,
you think you're Mr. Nice Guy? You think you're Mr. Nice Guy? Come on,
in that era, yeah, there were no friendly matches, man. Even the Charity Shield was a big game.
There's still no friendly matches today. If you go, you go on Twitter, what happened on the weekend?
No, just the weekend. Yeah, don't forget that, Tariq.
Me and Tariq watched that live as well. You know, I just put that out there. We saw that game live.
Definitely didn't see it live.
I was in my walker. Sorry,
because he did join in the agenda. Yeah, Vieira does get on the list.
Listen, transformative player, man, for Arsenal Football Club.
But the last two that we talked about transformed English football, because when Vieira came over, Ferguson realised that with Wenger, he realised he needed to adapt, and he adapted by bringing Scholes further back. Roy Keane was in there, Nicky Butt was in there, and all of a sudden it was.
And I'll tell you what, I'll tell you how good Patrick Vieira was. Fergie tried to sign him.
Yep.
So that just goes to show what it is. I think the season before he moved on as well, they turned down a big offer from Real Madrid.
I used to always think he had a water patch on his shirt, and I found out he used to just rub Vicks on himself.
That's actually a good technique what he was doing, putting the Vicks,
we spoke about Scholes. The one issue I had was obviously his lack of ability to tackle. With Patrick Vieira, the one thing that let him down was his temperament, especially in the earlier days. The amount of red cards and stuff that he got. He was easy to wind up. Opposition knew it as well. United knew it as well. And we used to take advantage of that.
I think you needed that though back in them days because like Roy Keane.
But controlled though, controlled. I mean, even with Keane, I was gonna say he had a slightly better handle on it, but again, there were certain times where he cost us as well.
What I'd say is, with Keane was playing for Man United. That's the difference, really, at the end of it, isn't it?
No. For me, I think the difference is Keane was very calculated. Even when he lost it, he meant it.
Yeah,
that was the difference.
Like the time he really should have smacked the crap out of Alan Shearer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Haaland's dad as well. He deserved.
And he didn't get sent. There was a time where Keane was a bit of But I do think as well back in those days, Man United did have a nice bit of advantages from the referee.
He's in his tie bag now. He's in his tie bag. Yeah, the tinfoil hats out.
Nah, listen, what it is, I think whoever's on top, you're gonna get decisions in your favor. We just knew how to play the game.
Bro, just kill the agenda quick.
You know what he's known for, so shouldn't be. I'm Ed. Is there any truth to this, Ed? I'm just saying what the people are asking. Ed.
In what?
In Richard's
comment right there.
I don't know what half of those words mean. I'm old, remember. I don't know what the hell any of this is.
You think you're slick, but we know what you want, Ed. We know what you want. You're part of the group.
To be fair, he's just been bamboozled by some news we told him before, innit? So I'll give him time.
I'm still not over Rich drinking vermouth like a gran. So
Rich, you gonna let him talk to you like that, calling you a gran?
Be on a sherry.
2 wins in one night. 2 wins one night. I don't know. I'm just saying. I heard the people say it was a combination.
You've used your wins for the season. That's it. We're doing the double of you in the league.
Telling
Oh,
you,
yeah,
we're beating
all
you at the Emirates.
All right. Ed,
this is turning into Keenan Vieira in the tunnel all over again with you.
Exactly. Was he was the referee? Was it Mike Halsey or something like that? Mark Halsey.
No, it was David Ellery, wasn't it? I think.
Oh, was it?
I referee didn't know what happened.
That's a good.
Yeah,
that's
listen,
a good
it's
quiz
a
question.
friendly team. I'll tell you what, though, your fans, Jesus, they're bickering and fighting amongst themselves.
How they were
some real unsavory
Kai
scenes.
Havertz. That's what they're saying.
Ed, what's your?
Right, is it me now? Yeah. Let's go. Let's go with probably the best midfielder to not win it, and Slippy himself, Steven Gerrard.
Oh my God, I'm not going to say nothing about this one.
Nah, he was a player.
You know, actually, I am going to say absolute bomb. Absolute bomb.
Wow, Champions League winner, FA Cup winner.
No, forget that. Just forget that. I don't care. Listen, Liverpool fans talk about loyalty. Yeah,
forget that. I don't care.
No, Liverpool fans talk about loyalty. He was going to go Chelsea before the Liverpool mafia turned up at his door. I don't want to hear loyalty.
He was going to go to Chelsea,
And then, remember when we were going to win the league, and he conveniently gave Drogba that accidental back pass.
Yeah, well, I hope when we get to the top 10 forward strikers, I might bring up a little something about Wayne Rooney as well. Just saying.
Yeah, he's probably number 1 or 2. I know what you want to say.
You knew you want to leave for Manchester City. Hey, it happens, man.
I mean,
I think flip aside though, Gerrard is class, right?
Yeah, number 1 for me. Number 1 in the league.
Ed, I'm not allowed to say anything on this, Ed.
Stop skipping ahead, T. We're not going to talk about positions in the table until the 10's established.
Apologies.
But yeah, no, unequivocally, yeah, top 10.
I am not allowed to say anything about that guy named Gerrard.
Unfortunately, that team wasn't really built towards like Premier League dominance or anything when he was in his prime. So otherwise, his legacy would have been a bit greater.
Big up, Rich. Enjoy your vacation, bro. Yeah, bond the EOPs. Brush. What's your midfielder?
You what? Sorry.
Your player.
Oh, so seeing as we've named Gerrard, I have to go with the other guy that he's always compared to, Frankie Lampard.
I'm out.
Super Frankie Lampard.
You call him what? What did you call him?
Super Frank.
Get out of here. Super Dad. Super Dad.
I can't stand.
I can't stand that guy, you know.
When we talk about Premier League midfielders, you can't have a conversation without him. Like it's crazy. The numbers are crazy. The consistency was crazy. Yeah,
it wasn't a very good football. That's my problem.
But this is it. That's where I'm with Brush here, because he's said in a podcast on Stephen Bartlett himself, he knew he wasn't the most gifted footballer.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
Really hard. He says he knew he was addicted to working hard, and that's what got him the Premier League career he has. And for that reason, you got to give it him, man, the longevity.
Yeah. Personally, as a player, I think Gerrard was better. But if you offer me whose career I'd rather have, I'm picking Frankie all day long.
Gerrard was better, yeah. All right, okay.
But the way Frankie slotted into that system at Chelsea, though, the way he was helped, that partnership with Drogba as well, was devastating.
You said he was better.
Devastating.
Don't worry. Tariq, and you care to? A lot of questions are coming for Tariq today. You care to answer this?
Right now, of course, is Partey, but I think we'll see. It might be Rice by the end of it. He's 24 and Partey's 30, so there's a 6-year difference. But yeah, right now.
So hologram is more like Kai, but okay. All right. So since we are right, so far we have Scholes, Keane, Vieira, Gerrard, Lampard.
Yeah,
put one in there that I think. Well, we was talking about this and the conversation went left because people said, he can't be in there. Since we got the main people out of it here, I think Fabregas should be on the list.
He's in mine.
He's in my list. Whoa! What?
Not for me.
Because he went to Chelsea.
Is it because he broke your heart, T?
No, it's not even that. Nah, not at all. He broke Arsene Wenger's heart, by the way. I think that's where when Fabregas left the way he did, that kind of changed Arsene Wenger forever in terms of how he had approaches to transfers and stuff. But nah, not for me. But I want to hear your guys. What? Go on, really tell me.
So wait, hold on.
He's in
coming into the team at that young age. Yeah. Obviously, when he came in, he wasn't the best player in the world, or he wasn't close to it yet. But
yeah, it was better at chucking pizzas than that.
He was holding his own against grown men. Developed. Arsene Wenger helped a lot in his development, and he turned into
one of the best midfielders around when he left.
One of the best, yeah.
I watched his debut because it was against Wolves in the League Cup, and he bossed that game, and we lost 5-0. Granted, we were awful. And he bossed that midfield at 16?
Yeah, 17, I think. Ed. Yeah, 17 years old. He came into that team.
For me, everyone on my list and honourable mentions, this is going to get really nerdy. Weight of pass, there is no one better than Cesc Fabregas in the Premier League.
And that's how I disagree. That's where
I would disagree with that one as well, too.
Yeah. But now I hear you. I do hear what you're saying.
I think Ed's probably referring to the final couple seasons at Arsenal, though, when he really sort of started coming into his own, where he could score, assist, he could do everything. You could play him in a two. You know, he was all round, man. He was brilliant player.
Though that's the thing for me with Fabregas is when he was really in his prime. That's when he decided to go to Barcelona, and it didn't work out at Barcelona as well.
Yeah, but is that his fault though, T? Because he came back and he done it with Chelsea as well, and they won a league title with him.
So because let's blame Arsenal for not being good enough.
That's not. This I'm talking about his prime. He missed out on those prime years. Whereas in my list, there's players that did it in their prime and
what was a bit shocking was Barca won the Champions League either side of his spell there.
Exactly. Yeah,
but that's not really. Yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? I don't think that's on him though.
No, I do think it is a part of it as well because he wasn't trusted. Okay, breaking into that midfield is impossible. Iniesta and Xavi, totally. I understand that.
And Busquets.
Yeah, exactly. But playing in sort of like a false 9 position, what he did there.
Listen, to have the balls to even go there at that time, you know, to take on that 3.
I don't really think he should have done that. Like for his career. Personally, and I do think it has hindered him in terms of ability. He's up there,
but he's a Catalan boy, isn't it? You know how they feel, especially the ones that come up through the academy. Right, I'm sure they dream about going back there.
What if he didn't go to Barcelona, but he just left you, man?
Yeah, that's where I'm saying he's got more of a shot in this list. If he would have went, I know it sounds horrible, and as an Arsenal fan, you don't want to hear it, but did a Van Persie, went to Chelsea, United, etc.
I mean, he did go to Chelsea and he did win.
No, directly from there, because I've got other people in this list that they won way more than him, and he was in his prime. Do you get?
But is it just about how much you won, though, T? Because obviously you win everything collectively as a team, right?
They were integral figures in there for their team winning. Do you get me? So
for me, when he was at Arsenal, especially the move that got him to Barca, he was integral for your team.
He was,
but especially the way they wanted to play.
What did we win? At the same time,
I mean, what you can't expect him alone to make you all win, though.
I mean, Steven Gerrard did it all.
Nah, not in the league. Not in the league. Obviously, cups
in the Champions League.
Different.
In the Champions League.
Yeah, but that was a one-off
game. That was a one-off game. It's the same with the West Ham FA Cup final.
It's not a one-off game because even the Olympiacos game, that's where he dragged them.
Yeah, but what we talking about? You talking about to win something? You weren't expecting Fabregas to play that consistently for that 38 games and drag you over the line.
Fabregas was playing in a 2007-2008 Arsenal team that was really good, by the way, really good, and that was his final.
Think about who coming up against though, the other teams though.
No, he had 2 more seasons after that.
But he's definitely my honourable mentions, but yeah,
honourable mention, but not top 10.
We're gonna have to take a vote on this one. I think
he's near the bottom. We're not doing numbers yet, but he's at the bottom, near the bottom of mine.
Yeah. But he's in for me. Right. So he's out for what? For Tariq and Vibes?
Vibes.
Yeah.
All right, so it's down to you two then. Realist.
Oh,
Ed?
he's in. I said he's in, but I called
okay.
him on purpose. I left out a certain Spanish guy on purpose.
Mm.
I mean, somebody needs to start the chaos, so I left out certain Spanish people on purpose.
Okay.
So
All
I
right.
say Fabregas is in. Go on, Vibes. Who's your player? Vibes?
Has he stepped out? Has he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to go?
All right, well, then it's going to be Tariq then. It's going to be Tariq.
Thank you.
I'm going in. Yeah, and do you know what? Do I save it until Vibes comes back? So I want to hear his reaction.
Settle down.
Oh.
Oh, we could.
All right. Whilst you want to save the controversial one, shall I go?
I got another one. You said another Spanish guy, and I'm going to go for him. David Silva. This was the master.
Exactly. That's the guy.
This was the.
I left him out on purpose, because we know we're dealing with Vibes here. Vibes probably don't have a full list, so I have to
Listen, apologies. I'm back. Apologies. I just had to step up for a second.
Yeah, David Silva, integral, and in the best Manchester City team that I've seen, the Centurions. Wasn't that the season where Kevin De Bruyne got injured, and it was Ilkay Gundogan, David Silva, and he was one of the top goal scorers for them.
You know what's funny about the David Silva thing, yeah? Pep came in the league, yeah, and said, "Bun this number 10 thing, fam. I'm playing 2 10s, but I'm playing them as an 8." He had De Bruyne and Silva playing as 8s.
Master of the second.
These man are not like the regular 8s that we used to in the Prem that would do the back and forth and all that. But these men were so techy. And Silva, when you look at Silva, bro, he don't look like a player that could contest in the Premier League. He look like he's going to get battered. Yeah,
he was the left winger. He was a left winger.
Get near him at Valencia,
yeah, and then came.
You couldn't get near the guy. You couldn't get near him, and controlled games easy.
And always against Man United, he always caused them problems and goals at Old Trafford. Way to pass timing of it. Wonderful from a player like him. And then towards the end of his career, that's what I was going with. He added the goals to his game and scoring crucial goals at that. David Silva was a joy to watch. All on one foot, all on his left foot because he wasn't too great with his right. But nah, David Silva.
Yeah, I hope he recovers quickly though, because he got an ACL injury.
He's retired now, really.
I heard he got an ACL injury just.
Because of that, he's announced his retirement. Yeah,
bro.
When he cut his hair off, I can't like it was. I don't know why he cut his hair off. It's not relevant.
Bro, when he cut his hair off, he started to cook differently. I was like,
he cut his hair off.
Proper egg, He looked like a proper.
He cut his hair off to get a hair transplant.
That don't make no damn sense. He had long hair anyway.
Well, nah, but when they do the operation and that, I think they need to be able to see what's missing, so they need a full view.
He just wanted to look like Pep. But yeah, Silva's definitely
one of the finest midfielders to grace the Premier League. Absolute joy to watch. Unfortunate that he was at the wrong club in Manchester. Partly Fergie's fault as well, because Fergie went to see when he was at Valencia and deemed him not good enough for the Premier League.
Bloody Fergie, loser. Go on, Vibes. Since we know, go on, Vibes. What are you thinking?
I'm sure no one's mentioned him yet, but Kante is definitely top 10.
100%.
I mean, I'd argue top 5, but that's just me personally. They said the guy won the Liga Leicester, went to Chelsea, did the same thing.
Player of the season as well. Definitely up there.
You can't lie with Kante. Kante, bro, the guy he just looks like he ain't he just looks like he's not a footballer, but as soon as the game starts, bro, yeah, he's on it. He's just on it. And aside from, let's put aside the injuries he's been dealing with recently, but he's a consistent player, Consistently, he's on you. If Kante have like a run of bad games, like let's say 4 games bad, he's coming back and going a whole run without messing up like that, Consistent player.
Even the year they won the Champions League, he was the player of the match for every stage of the competition he was in.
Thank you. Vibes, you read my mind. He's
a baller.
That was a poor Chelsea team that won the Champions League.
Bro, he used to annoy me. He used to let people just pass the ball away and then he chase it back.
Bro, didn't somebody say? I think players that played with him said, in training, it's like he just used to lose the ball on purpose, just to tackle
Well,
you
I'm
back.
telling you,
Like
you
the
know
guy
that
is annoying.
you know it's
Someone
kind
of
of
his teammates
alien
said
head,
that
yeah.
in an interview. He said the guy is annoying to deal with.
It's because in that alien head of his, he's probably got oxygen stored, so he can just run all day.
You have oxygen stored in this guy.
Mr.
Uh,
Three
yeah,
Lungs.
Yeah, Kante is different, man.
What is Moss talking about?
You're saying where we're at on the list. So
Who
who?
was talking about first, too?
Oh,
Yankees again.
Yankees. He hates me. He hates me wearing a Yankees cap.
Bloody hell. Basically, Moss, we have Paul Scholes, Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira, Steven Gerrard, Lampard, Fabregas, David Silva, and N'Golo Kante.
How many have we done?
That's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's 8, right?
That's 8.
Is that 8?
We have 2 more.
Yo,
8. And the list is
is-
about to get mad still, you know.
This is where it gets interesting.
Ed and
Go on,
Brush.
Ed.
If you don't say this
Yes,
player,
Ed now,
I'm
yeah.
gonna go crazy.
Well, confession time. I completely forgot about David Silva.
Oh, that's criminal, Ed.
Yep. So yeah, my Fabregas is looking more likely to get chopped now. So I was thinking if we're going sort of slightly down the list, maybe, but I don't think he should be. How about Yaya Toure?
You see,
So
this is going to sound mad, yeah? People don't come from my next. I don't care. Yaya Toure, yeah. Great player to watch. Like him. But how long, though?
I was just
How
going
long
to
do we
say,
get
that was
in the Premier League, though?
That was my
It-
only
it-
the longevity hurt him.
Yeah.
Does the longevity hurt him in this one?
in this
You
one,
see, I
it
don't want
probably
to say
does.
that because I know where Vibes is going to go if we talk about
No,
longevity.
I'm not. I'm not even going to say that certain, but I'll say that myself. Don't worry, you don't say anything.
But I don't think Yaya Toure. I don't know though. How long was it though?
I want to say.
And it was that. Let's be, if we're being honest, it was that one main season when he got that 20.
The one
plus.
season where he slapped 20 goals and that.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
After
right?
that,
Wasn't it
he was
2
okay.
seasons
What?
until someone booted him out of the team? Wasn't it like 2
Yeah, there's
seasons?
certain perverted racist Pep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
No, allegedly. Stop defending.
Unfounded claims. Unfounded claims.
Stop defending racism.
I do not share the views and opinions of
Or vibes or realist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Just for
put
the
that out
stream, yeah. Just for the lovely views, yeah. You've heard Tariq and Brush defend racism. Make up that way.
Luke is right. Not the first one. Not the first one. The second one with under Pellegrini. They don't win that without Yaya.
An
It's-
unbelievably technically gifted midfielder. In that season where he slapped 20 goals,
That
the
was very-
underlying stats did him no justice. It meant nothing. Like all the statisticians, like you could say what you wanted, none of it made sense what he was doing compared to the numbers when they tried to break it down.
You might remember his goal in that cup final. I can't remember. Was it Sunderland?
I'll never forget the Newcastle goal though. The Newcastle. I can't forget that.
Absolutely
Well, with that
unbelievable.
Once you
Initially,
start running, yeah, either you foul him or you score it.
so this is one of those. Initially, when I did my top 10, he was there. But when I thought about someone that I had left out, and I thought about who would exit my top 10, this
Same.
was definitely one of those that I looked at going, you might have to make way.
Tariq, you see this
You
one?
might have to make way.
Yeah. You might say Keane, Fabregas have to be. I mean, just say.
Well, Roy Keane, of course, not Fabregas, but say Brush.
Yeah, Moss, they're both in there, man. They're both in there.
Yeah, but not for Tariq though.
Not for
Moss.
Tariq,
Just saying.
yeah. I still think he's just a bit hurt about Seth.
So are we? Are you man saying Yaya needs to be on the list?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know yet.
It's a question
question
mark.
for now. We'll get there.
Yeah,
No,
it's a
for
question
me-
mark for me at the moment.
For me, he's
But-
an honourable mention, but that's just for me.
But yeah, once we complete the 10, we can really get into that. So all I will say at
Yeah.
the moment is that initially when I came out of my 10, he was there. Be it low down, but he was there initially.
All right. So go on, Brush. This is Brush now. Go on, Brush. What do you have
Yes.
to
So
complete
yeah,
the
I might as well complete my initial 10. This is a fantastic midfielder. French. So one of your people's really.
one of my people.
So yeah. So
Anyhow, you
we
said
had
Johan Uruguay or something.
we had the man with the 3 lungs, but before that, you only needed 2 to lock down that DM position, and he goes by the name
Man like
Claude
Claude, yeah?
Makalele.
But lads,
Man like Claude.
Who will it? Tariq. I know he's gonna say someone that people don't agree with. I can tell already. I can tell.
You thought I was going to go to a certain Belgian, didn't you?
I cannot believe no one said
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne. Seriously, are we?
Yeah, wait,
He's
why
in
would
my-
I say him before Bruno? That's the
This
real
is this is why I wanted to wait till the 10 was done, and this is why I had to think about afterwards. And yet somebody has to make way for Kevin. It's probably likely to be Yaya for me, but
Wait, hold
No,
on.
yo,
I think more people might make way here on this list. You know, I can't lie.
For
But
real,
Beckham would be in the winger one, isn't it? But anyway.
Yeah, I think
They-
Beckham's the
yeah.
winner,
see,
so we
see
don't
with
have to
Claude,
think
like listen, they literally named the role after him. Like you cannot play down the impact he had at Chelsea to come to that team at the age of 30 and to do what he did. You know, he was a linchpin in Jose Mourinho's team, which helped them to success. Zinedine Zidane talked about the loss of Claude Makalele and how that unbalanced that entire Real Madrid team.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Fana, I haven't seen Fana in a while since I started doing on Twitch, you know. Big up, Fana. Please don't come with your weird questions, you know. We can't do that over here, bro. The stuff you be coming up with is mad, you know. Tell me that word, real quick question. Explain when to apply dotage.
Kaka, wait, Kaka Hall, big man. What?
Yeah, what it sounds like is exactly that, fam. That's all I'm saying. What it sounds like is
JW
exactly that.
Moss, don't tell me that means James Ward-Prowse. Is that Ward-Prowse he's talking about?
James Ward-Prowse.
What?
Why are we talking about Beckham? We've not got into the wingers.
Yo, big up Roland. Roland couldn't be here today, people, because of certain circumstances, but big up Roland. Where are we on the list? Who's on? All right. So basically, we have Paul Scholes, Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira, Steven Gerrard, Lampard, Cesc Fabregas, David Silva, Kante, Yaya, and Makalele. That's where we at right now on the list.
And now we have to discuss De Bruyne and who we kick out for De Bruyne.
We don't have to. We don't have to discuss De Bruyne.
This guy have an agenda against Cesc.
Wow.
He says Cesc instantly, you know.
Instantly Cesc, you know.
But
Yeah,
no, listen, who said De Bruyne has to make this list?
I said that the Kevin De Bruyne has to make this.
Yeah, but does he? Though?
Has to,
Yeah,
like
he
has
does.
to, yeah.
Bro,
Yeah,
So
how
when
does he not?
Listen, when the lights are the brightest, he usually goes missing. Like you said, Tariq, hold on. Centurion season, he got injured.
He
And look
gets
what they
injured.
did.
yeah, but he's also had seasons where he's carried them, like in the
the
Liverpool
cross-market.
97-90, you know, the 97-98 points between them and Liverpool.
Did he
Kevin
get
De
injured in
Bruyne
that
carried
season
them
as
through
well?
that.
He's kind of a cross-match, isn't he?
But it has to. I've got another. Can I just say this? I've got another midfielder ahead of Fabregas.
Oh, bro, we're gonna get into the honourable mentions, man. I just thought we'll decipher this one first.
People, the list is not settled and it's not complete yet. This is just players that we picked. We will get this sorted because some players on that list is getting out of there, fam.
I am curious though, T, and I wonder if that player you're thinking of is Spanish.
No.
Oh, okay.
He's not. This player that I'm thinking of that's above Fabregas is German and he comes from Turkish descent. Yeah.
Ozil.
No. It's Ilkay Gundogan above Cesc Fabregas.
Gundogan.
No.
Yeah.
No, Gundogan for me, I'll be honest, might be unpopular. I think a lot of this recency bias.
No.
That's my opinion anyway.
No,
I think he's a wonderful, wonderful footballer. I just think it's probably the Man City options and rotation is probably why he isn't held in as high esteem as he should be.
He's a baller, yeah. I just think I saw a lot more praise for him during this season when he started scoring winners. Again, that's not Tariq, by the way. It's just I've seen a lot more recency bias for him.
I think you're right to say that.
Yeah, the Spaniard I was thinking of, T, was Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, Xabi's on my list.
Go on, man. Go on. Xabi Alonso should be there. I mean, he did win the league.
Never forget that Rafa Benitez tried to sell him to buy Gareth Barry.
Yes.
that would have been a.
Yeah, we haven't got to honourable mentions yet. When do we talk about Gareth Barry? You know.
Oh well, where's Matt? You should be coming around to talk about Gareth Barry right now. But
we have one for honourable later.
Oh, well, go on then. Go on. That should be interesting. Who's your
vibes? We haven't even heard. Wait, hold on. We haven't heard Tariq's his case for Gundogan yet.
But seriously, with Ilkay Gundogan, it's not just this season where he came up with the winners. The season that Kevin De Bruyne was injured, I'm just trying to find the statistics on this, but I can remember him scoring.
He always comes in clutch towards the end of the season, doesn't he, T?
110%.
Yeah.
And you got to give player ratings for that because that's the business end of the season. That's where he wins. Manchester City, I
hear you, yeah. The last 10 games, he always stills up for real. I hear you.
And he's one of the trusted ones.
Yeah, no, that is
Champions
just like ability-wise, he definitely deserves a mention, deserves to be there. I just think he would be in the list had he been just, a first-team regular. So it's probably just the options that Man City have had that lets him down.
I mean, if anything, I'd have Carrick above it.
What?
Yeah, I did a stutter, brush. I did not stutter.
No.
Michael, James, Benjamin Carrick over Gundogan.
Yeah.
Harry couldn't have himself.
Gundo for me.
Hold on.
No. Do you know what? I bet you if Michael Carrick was Italian or bloody from Botswana.
No. If he was better, if he was Javier Alonso or Javier Mascherano, then yeah.
Wait, you said
if he was
Javier
Italian,
Alonso.
he'd have been
Hold on.
Pirlo.
You said what did Javier Alonso do for Liverpool? What did he win from again? Was he going to get sold for?
He won a Champions League.
Wait, hold on.
And
wasn't he going to get sold? Wait, hold on, bro. My argument is, wasn't he going to get sold for Gareth Barry? Whereas
he was going to, but did it happen?
Michael Carrick came in as a Roy Keane replacement, and he helped to win Premier League and Champions League.
There is no replacement for Roy Keane. He came in as a player.
His name was Michael James Carrick, and he helped us win the Champions League.
There's someone
England would have been a lot better playing Michael Carrick with Steven Gerrard or Lampard, but we didn't.
They also would have been better with Owen Hargreaves. Didn't do that either.
Yeah.
Owen Hargreaves is Canadian. No one cares about it.
There's also another player that I put above Fabregas. I feel like I'm a City ambassador here. Fernandinho. Because Fernandinho, me and Reedis were speaking about this when we were doing... This guy was probably... Like, before Rodri came in, when Fernandinho wasn't playing, you could tell. Yeah. And City were way more open in that midfield. And he was a defensive linchpin. And also another player that scored, didn't mind scoring a goal. Whether it was a header, whether it was a long shot.
And similar effect he had at City to Makelele at Chelsea. You come in at 30
but
he held it down.
You're missing the main thing with Fernandinho, that yellow card not getting merchant, fam. How this brother will foul you 100 times a game? No card.
Really, he was a master. He was the master of the tactical foul.
It's a skill in itself.
He was the master.
It's like he used to duct tape the referee eye shut, bro, so he couldn't see and just kick someone. And all of a sudden, it's just a foul.
Even at 35, he was still one of their most important players.
Yeah. And the fact that he came from Shakhtar as well,
and he level up to Prem as well. That was mad, though.
Did not phase him.
But until the end, until Rodri came in, he was still in form.
Yeah. That first season of Rodri's wasn't great. It took him a while to adjust. Fernandinho, very dependable, brilliant.
Shakhtar was like the gatekeeping for Brazilians to get into Europe, wasn't it? At one point.
Willian, Douglas Costa.
Don't mention the other guy.
Luis Adriano.
Moss is not happy with Hargreaves. Yeah, bloody hell.
He's very patient.
And he's got biscuit legs. So talking about him above Carrick, bro, just leave the
No, not above Carrick, but Carrick for me, just back on Carrick and Gundogan, they're honourable mentions. That's where they get their ratings from me.
Yeah.
But very high for Gundogan. I think Gundogan's criminally underrated until, I think Vibes is right, I think until last minute winners recently.
Ed, I'll tell you what, mate. I'll tell you what, that 2013 Dortmund squad, he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
He had the world at his feet in that around that
time.
Him
and that fraud Sahin, bro.
I have a guy for honourable mention. He's definitely nowhere near top 10, yeah? But Moussa Dembele is my honourable mention.
Criminally underrated. Criminally underrated.
Tariq, you like him? I'm surprised you like him on the top man. I love that guy, bro. He's cool.
When
criminally underrated.
When Ed used to watch me back in the day playing Sunday League, I heard my friends at school say, "Oh, you play like Moussa Dembele." Oh, that was the biggest compliment anyone could pay to me.
That guy was so good, man.
Yeah.
Since when Spurs lost him, that's when they went down.
He don't look like a big, strong player. I remember he came from Holland as a winger,
But can you not remind me?
I
Was he
remember that
there?
brother came from today as a winger, played for Fulham.
Because I forgot. Was he there
Then
when
wait, hold
Modric
on.
was
How
there?
this guy turned from a winger
I don't.
to play DM,
Yeah.
center midfielder?
No.
What the hell is this, fam?
The
My-
problem
my-
with him, he didn't score enough goals. He wasn't he
Imagine him and
wasn't
Modric
dangerous in
together.
the final third. But he's ball progression out of this
Yeah.
world. Sorry.
Unbelievable. Modric was partner in crime with Palacios, wasn't it? Wilson Palacios just going
Yeah,
at the
the
ball.
reason I picked-
Palacios, yeah.
The reason I picked Dembele and not Modric is just because we see more of Modric and Madrid in it, so I can't really
Yeah.
put.
And the best, let's say the best of him as well at Real Madrid.
Yeah, but Dembele, you saw the best of it. Listen, what happened when Spurs lost him? They ain't replaced. They ain't found no one as good as him yet.
100%. When
They
we
tried with
played
Ndombele, but yeah, that ain't worked out.
when we played Spurs, I remember we tried to press them in that midfield. As soon as Dembele's in there, see you later. One little arm
He's-
move. He's so
Far
strong.
too good. He was so good at Fulham too, remember, when he came
Yeah.
first to.
I wish if he was at Arsenal, I'm sorry. If he came to Arsenal, he'd be one of your favourite midfielders ever to play.
Nah,
It's just
he-
shame he played for
Bro,
them.
Nah, he
agenda
was-
aside,
like-
yeah, he was sick. That brother was good. He could defend, he could attack, he could pass, he could do everything.
But Tariq is right with one thing though. When he used to sometimes have a chance to shoot, yeah,
I think
he
Pogba.
kind of got. Let's just say, he kind of got nervous.
I think Pogba said he's the toughest opponent he's ever come up against in the league in terms of a midfielder, in terms of strength. Can't get the ball off
Yeah,
of
he's
him.
But
strong,
at least
bro.
certain United fans are calling me a crackhead. But if they were, Dembele was much better in the Premier League than Pogba. I don't care about any crackhead
Listen,
United
I
fan tell
think
me.
football itself might be the biggest opponent that Paul Pogba's come up against in recent
Listen,
years.
if Pogba performed like Dembele, I would have said anything bad about it. But
That
yeah,
was a
Dembele was different. Man. He was
Vibes.
different.
I completely forgot about him. Thank you for bringing him up.
And
Very
on the
good.
honourable mentions list as well, on the back of that, Gilberto Silva.
Yeah,
Oh.
baller, fam.
Cold.
The most integral part of that invincible side, and I'll argue that all day long.
Yep.
And he's
I agree.
also above Fabregas for me. But I like that tough defensive midfielder. I like
No, I need you, man, to remember some of these names we called out here because there's people on that list what we made need to come out, So remember some of these names. Just say,
Yeah, there's
Bruno,
four
Miguel,
key
Bogus,
Arsenal midfielders for me in the Premier League era: Vieira, Fabregas, Petit, and Silva.
and Arteta.
Yeah, Arteta's the honourable.
Nah, you're on your own with that one.
Listen, he trusted this process and he worked for him. So.
It's Santi Cazorla over Mikel Arteta.
Can I give another one? That if you,
Yeah.
when we talk about Chelsea midfielders, I think this guy helps Fabregas as well in the Manu Matic when he came back.
Oh, that's not the Chelsea.
Yeah.
That's the Chelsea centre midfielder I was thinking of too.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go. I thought you were going to go with Ballack or Essien, bro.
Essien.
Nah.
No, I'm talking about
Matic is cold,
But they more or less help. But they more or less help Lampard.
Yeah, they help them. It's just too short.
Everyone helped Lampard score his deflected goals. It's fine.
Oh, go on, Ed. Ed is my favorite now. Ed,
I like going Ed. I like
that's my
it.
agenda against Lampard. Hella deflection. The guy's the deflection king. Deflection.
Can we remove Lampard for a certain Portuguese guy?
Wait, who?
Bruno, Miguel,
Cristiano's not a midfielder as far as I know. And
listen, hold
Rui
on.
Costa didn't grace the Premier League, so
Wait, who does? 1 second. Ronaldo's in the next stream. No one cares about Rui Costa. I was talking about someone who actually helped that country win something, which is Bruno, Miguel, Borges, Fernandes.
Nations League.
You call
It's a
him
trophy.
Bogas Fernandes. That's what you call him, Bogas.
Is there a trophy? Listen, Tariq, I know you celebrated that dead Copa America, yeah, even though you're Jamaican. I know you celebrated it.
Of course.
Combination.
If we're talking recency bias vibes, like you brought up, I think we're on it. We're on the crest of a wave here with Bruno, right?
Oh, I'm just doing it just to annoy people. I can't lie.
Do you know?
Honourable mentions for me. I've only got, I think, one left. Is Timmy Cahill.
Oh, I've got a few more, Ed. I've got a few more, and you're going to love them. You're going to love the two throwbacks I've got.
But
This guy wasn't in here. He wasn't here for a long time, but he was here for a good time, and he was immense. Dimitri Payet.
Brilliant. But more of a winger, no?
What the hell did he play, bro? As a winger? What the hell was that?
Well, I mean, he played cam too, and a left winger.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Had he been in the league longer.
You know who else could? I know we're not doing if we just DMs, Fabinho could be an honorable mention.
He was very good, but the decline was crazy.
No. Des,
Very good. He was.
Nobody ain't saying Pogba up there. We ain't mentioning that. We talking about the Premier League best. No. We ain't mentioning that.
So this one's not really for the top 10,
performed.
but when we're talking about Premier League, I can't help but reminisce over the olden days. Janino was a little magician at Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
And his running mate Emerson.
Yeah. But with Janino, I mean, he was so good that listen, he was so good that he had 3 different spells at Borough. And the other one was JJ Okocha. It was just a pleasure to watch.
Does that mean he's good?
We know the Janino that I read, Mr. Lee.
I mean, both of them were cold. You're talking about the free kick one.
The one at Leon was that's not cool. That's different.
Is that the free kick match you're talking about?
Yeah. If you had if your life depended on one person to take a free kick, it would be that Janino.
Is Chesney really Spurner account? He's just seen Watergower's Fenderson.
Wait. Up there for what?
Nah, that's realist, you know. Nah, that's realist.
Look at my hands out, big man. It ain't me, fam.
Yo.
No, the Fletchers before Martin Van Henderson.
It's a madness, yeah? Henderson, yeah? Never.
What about Juan Mata? He's their fault there for Spanish.
I think somebody in the comments mentioned that we ruined it. I think it was Paxton. Yeah,
we keep playing him as a winger. That's all we did.
We ruined it. In his 2 full seasons at Chelsea, he was their player of the year.
When you say we ruined him, I say Jose Mourinho did. He's the one who kicked him out, and he's the one.
He's the one that moved him out wide to begin with.
Rewind to read.
See you later.
Who ruined him? Can you just say that again for Brush?
Jose Mourinho.
Thank you. He was still good he was as good as in the wing, but
where does
Jason Park was so good in the but Jason Park was like Kante before Kante came in the league, fam. But
you know what, Ed's gonna like this. I remember there was a game specifically where
the way you said that, bro, the way you said that, I was thinking to myself, who the hell is Jason Park?
Ed, I know you're gonna enjoy that one.
Are we ignoring this, brother?
Ed, there was a specific game where Park just annoyed Taylor so much. He did do nothing.
No, it was just the way you said the name, innit? I was like, who the hell is Jason? What?
Jason Park, bro. That guy was.
He was everywhere.
So can we not give him a if Kante is in there, he can.
He's an honorable mention for sure. He's an honorable mention for sure.
Think about it. When we think about it, he won everything as well.
And he did turn up in the big games.
And if we're going to go on,
if we're going to go on trophies, then Maxwell's the best left back we've ever seen.
The other stuff we're saying, and he annoyed Ed's favorite player in the Champions League game.
if we're going on the topic of influence over talent in terms of the team, Jordan Henderson's got to be up there as well, guys.
And this is where we understand.
Like Zinchenko, the chatting legend.
You know what? No.
He's got a point. He's got a point.
I hear what Tariq's saying, but at the same time, I hear what he's saying. We're just going to move on from that one.
Yeah. It's been said, it's documented, and we'll move on. One last honourable mention from me that's probably well before most of you, other than Brush. Gary Speed.
I think he held the appearance record for the long time as well, didn't he, Ed?
Still got it.
Gary Speed at Leeds.
No, I think Gareth Barry's taken over it. Huh?
Yeah, Barry have that now.
Yeah. I think he was the first to 500 as well.
Oh, he's Gary's dominating the Premier
League. I hate to do this to you. He's not on
Everton, Newcastle, Leeds, brilliant player. Gary Speed.
Sami Nasri was sick, and then he went sick.
One of my favorite players. Ed knows this.
Oh, he was sick.
After Fabric.
Paul Ince is an honourable mention for me.
Nah, bun that guy. He's a loser.
That guy.
As you can see, folks, no agendas or biases on this channel.
This guy's talking about someone's granddad. We're talking about Nasri over here. No one cares about Paul Ince.
Ain't nobody took me on. Bloody hell.
We said honourable, definitely.
Well, he could.
No, Jason Park's barely honourable.
He was mainly like,
get it out, man.
no, because he was mainly like he was kind of like a squad man, innit, basically, which is not a bad thing to say about him.
It's not.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
it's not
all
a
right.
bad
Well,
thing.
since we are this, then let's just Darren Fletcher in there. Show these
Oh,
man in
Fletcher's
there.
my guy. Listen, Fletcher is my guy still.
This is taking a very sharp left.
No, bro. If you disrespect him, leave the stream.
We've gone downhill now.
We've
Right.
yeah.
We really have.
Really, can you take
We
these
should
two out?
we should probably
Can you
get
pick these
down
two out?
to
The 10.
actually.
The scraping
Put-
scraping the bank and picking it up
We
and
should
checking
actually
underneath it.
compile the top 10 list in numerical order now.
Haters.
Listen, no. Respect Fletcher, please.
These are
Yeah. To quote someone, let's respect that it's been said and move on.
That's all I needed.
very sweet. All right.
Thank
so
you.
our list we have
1
here:
tenth of the-
schools.
David Batty's another one.
Just call him
Yeah,
David.
Gary
man.
Speed
Call
just
him David.
popped up on
You
screen.
just needed to say that, Brusty.
Can you not just call him David?
It's man's name in it. Can you just stop
Wait,
being homophobic?
Realist, 1 second. Realist, 1 second. Before you move to the top 10, yeah, and no one mentioned that loser Veron. All right, let's move to the top 10.
One Sebastian Veron.
Yeah, he's having
He's
honorable.
brilliant.
All schools: Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira, Steven Gerrard, Lampard, Cesc Fabregas, David Silva, N'Golo Kante, Yaya Toure, Claude Makelele. How many of those players have to leave that list?
I don't know how many is there.
Oh, was that 12?
10, we have 10 on the list, but
There's 10 on the list. I mean, for me, the only
two have to
the-
get out.
We
two
need
for
De
who?
Bruyne.
I mean, De Bruyne has to be in there. That's the only
Yaya
one.
needs to, as much Yaya I like you, but you need to piss off.
You know what? I think Yaya.
Who's the other one,
Fabregas
really?
needs to go.
As much as I like
You said
Fabregas,
two need to bounce. Who's the
Fabregas
other
might
one?
have to dip, you know. We call some other people names, bro. and I'm
for
like,
who?
yo,
For
Fabregas
who?
might have to dip, man.
Yeah, Yaya and Fabregas have to go.
For who though?
Fernandinho has got to
De
be.
Bruyne is getting in.
Yeah, well, but that's debatable. We'll see if he gets it. Debatable.
De Bruyne is the only one really for me. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Everyone
alright,
else is.
okay.
I'm quite happy with
Fabregas.
everyone else being an honourable mention.
Yaya Toure is coming out, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So De
Fabregas.
Bruyne gets in, right? No, Fabregas comes out, right? We need to get one person to go in. And all these
I'm
people that
fine
we
with what
mentioned,
Tariq said. I'm fine
So
with
we
what
telling me
Tariq
none of
said.
us-
Fernandinho. I'm fine with that.
I mean, I know there's people gonna say, "Oh, why is Rodri not there?" Not brother.
I was
relax.
gonna say it. Like
Yeah, but
it's 2
that's
years
how-
old for Rodri, and it's
Exactly,
2
that's the
years.
point there. He
Treble
can't get
winner.
in yet. Can't get in yet.
Hang on,
Henderson, I need a Liverpool fan to say-
did Stam get in yours in the centre backs?
That's different. That's different.
Yeah, that's different. That's different.
That's Yap Stam, though. That's Yap Stam. He needs to be there. He needs to be there. No one cares. Yap Stam needs to be there. Santi
For him-
Cazorla, he's
for
good,
him,
but
Stam's
he
like,
wouldn't
yeah,
get
you
it.
can't-
He
you
wouldn't
can't
be able to
read
get it.
Quality.
I don't
Yeah, I
think he
think
would think.
taking Fabregas off for De Bruyne and taking Torre off for Fernandinho. Oh, well,
Yeah,
See,
perfect.
This is it.
see, Rush. Talking about who gets out, who comes in for Fabregas. See,
Alright.
just
I mean,
Fa-
De Bruyne
Fab-
just got that by
Fabregas.
default, so-
Fabregas got dropped on mine when I was reminded of David Silva. So
Oh, yeah,
that's my
really
list.
sad.
Then
I just
If-
noticed the bottom on the banner at the bottom says City nil United nil.
You know what?
I just
Being
noticed
as,
that now.
being as I'm taking over for Roland, can I come up with a Roland pick and say two guys?
Oh yeah, go on.
Two guys should be in there.
Who you want to put in there?
Two
Two
guys.
guy was mad with the free kicks, you know.
Two
Shout out to
guys.
him.
Blackburn Rovers.
Top 10 Premier League midfielders of
Yeah.
all time, yeah.
Seamus Coleman above Trent, so I'm doing Roland. Two guys above.
No. If you want to do rolling, you need to go somewhere a little further left. Joe
Yeah.
Allen, as Ches said, bloody Arteta, Anderson at United, Joey
Roland,
Martin.
I mean,
These type of
Tariq,
things,
just
yeah.
to
Nah,
tell you how much
you
it
need to
was,
commit all the way to. You need to say that Abu Diaby had a bigger legacy at Arsenal than Cesc Fabregas.
Jack Wilshere, maybe.
I mean,
Bloody hell.
we could argue that Diaby does, because Arsenal fans still talk about him to this day.
Oh, bro, he was another one a bit like Moussa Dembele though. The Anfield performance, it will always pop up on your timeline on
So
Twitter.
Tariq, I went on Wiki, I just checked, and if Wiki is true, apparently in his whole career, he played 139 club games.
That's
actually
mad.
wild.
He played 12
It's
years.
one of those what could have been ones, isn't it? When it comes to Abu Diaby.
Bro, 12 years, Oscar could have been another one.
Okay.
Bloody Oscar, you know.
the Sunderland player that injured him. Do you know where he works now? I do. He works in a call centre. His claim to fame. There's a claim to fame that he ruined someone's career, and that's where he ended up. He never made it.
Southern midfielder. I just thought of one guy who's let's just say he's in prison.
Well, he's a winger.
Oh yeah, no, then I thought, yeah, maybe not. Let's just move on from that one.
Next stream.
Yeah.
One question.
I don't know who that
Who,
is.
in your opinion, is the most overrated centre midfielder? Doesn't mean they're not good, just overrated.
Oh,
right, even on the Prem right now,
or ever. Like,
I mean, Frankie's definitely one of those that's up there. We're just talking about ability wise.
Who?
Frank Lampard.
Frankie's there because of his longevity and his numbers, but when we actually break down ability wise, I don't think he compares to some of the others.
Yeah. I might say Yaya Toure.
Ooh,
he's got a point. No, because he's got a point. Because if people say that Paul Pogba's overrated, I think you can say Yaya is, because they both got talent. They both got unbelievable talent in terms of what they do.
The way people speak about Yaya is like, obviously he was sick in the Premier League. They speak like he was that all his career. Big man was playing centre back at Barcelona again. Well, Pep in it, you know why.
It's difficult to assess in it when a player gets moved around positionally throughout their career.
Well, we can assess it.
Slap Yaya at Man United. That be Man United that Pogba is in. I don't think he's looking much better.
You know what is true with Pogba? Yeah, listen. Don't get me wrong. The midfield wasn't the best for him sometimes, but I feel like a lot of our fans made too many excuses for him. Like, he needs this, he needs that. I'm like, well, he's supposed to be this world-class player, you tell me, and he needs everything to help
him. I hear you.
Yeah, effort. It was effort for Pogba. I know Graham Souness caught a lot of flack for what he said because of how he said it, but I don't think he was overly wrong. It's effort.
Yeah,
between the years.
Ed, I can't lie. In these streets, he can't be mentioned as Souness, guys.
yeah. Ed, I don't know about that one. You took a hard left turn there, Ed. That's not nice. That's not nice.
Yeah, Ed, that's just about as worse as Roland saying solitary Bobo.
Do you know what? The Frank Lampard chat is good, about overrated, because if we're talking talent and ability wise, he's the worst on this list.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. But probably the player that worked up.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's just an advocate for one of those, isn't it? Just work hard, keep your head down, and you will succeed in life.
Yeah, have your uncle be your manager as well. That helps.
Yeah, that helps too. That helps too. It's quite funny, actually. The affinity he has with Chelsea fans. Yeah, they almost forget that he's played for anyone else.
Yeah, West Ham.
City as well, isn't it? At the end, City as well at the end.
I'm gonna ask you this as well. This is just like another curveball. Do you think anyone currently playing who has the best chance of breaking into this?
This is just your thinly veiled way of getting us to say Declan Rice, isn't it? Get out of here.
Yeah, but he's not even. You know what's funny? Yeah, Tariq. Listen to this, yeah, Tariq. I know how you man love Declan Rice, especially Arsenal fans, yeah. But if this brother don't live up to the hype, bro, and that price, Arsenal fans might have to go into hiding, I'm telling you, because the way you man are loving this loser off, it's going to be mad.
To answer your question, if we win a league title, you're going to hear me saying someone.
Leacher.
No, he's not midfielder, bro. I know you like to kill agendas, but not this time.
What about potentially?
Moss put Vieira number 1 and Roy Keane 7. Bloody hell.
No.
Wait. Fabregas and De Bruyne had to score. Oh my God, nope. No.
Moss, you know what's funny, Moss? I was going to have you on the show today, Made a good decision.
Oh,
he said Sammy Nasri before pregnancy. Oh my God.
Oh, remember that when the account tweeted and baited him out? That was fun time.
Take right out the slippy. Oh my Lord.
I think Rodri,
so
to answer your question, is probably the closest that could break in at the end of his career.
I'm ready to start the list, people. How are we going? Tell me what y'all want. Who's first?
This is very difficult.
On this one, yeah? Who's going first?
I know for me and Ed, Scholes is number 1. I don't know about you.
Same here. But I don't know if I can say that without any bias. I'm sure even on a subconscious level, there's a bit of.
I'm not
there.
even being biased. I'm not being biased.
Really showing me. Gerrard, number one.
Wait, you tell me join you? Me join you?
Gerrard
number one over all these man here. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you probably trying to replace Roland for real, you know, because that's some mad energy you want here, fam. Nah. Gerrard over all of these man.
Listen, just to give my closing statement for Scholes number one. Remember, he retired. He came out of retirement at 38, and he helped us win a league title.
And then just to back that up, he's an asthmatic ginger.
Yep.
That sucked toes.
Why you gonna throw that in there?
Thank you.
Yeah,
so you inadvertently just helped Tariq out. That's probably the one thing that works against him.
Kick yourself out. You could have said he's an Oldham legend, big up Oldham, but this guy went straight for the
This guy.
Come on,
and all that. This guy,
the Liverpool agenda out of it, yeah. Man, them. He did serious things, but he broke into the team as a right back.
All right, the thing with me and Gerrard, yeah, I always say this with Gerrard, yeah. You put Gerrard in all these other teams, and they will still win. If you put these other men in the team with Gerrard, they ain't winning.
Thank you.
Nothing with it. That's what I always say with Gerrard. Don't get me wrong, I like Gerrard, yeah, but over these man, Gerrard, the way the list is there.
Gerrard's third on my list. I've got Vieira, Scholes, Gerrard.
I might even have Gerrard third at this point.
Yeah, Vieira's third for me because I've got Gerrard, Keane, and then
I quite like how the realist has it now, to be honest. In terms of the top four.
This is this year.
Yeah, I like that order for the first half.
Kevin De Bruyne has got to be higher than that. Higher than Lampard.
That top 4 in any order, and
David Silva, I'd have a little bit higher up as well.
If Scholes are number one, you lot can do the rest.
Personally,
so Makelele's 10 as well. Leave Makelele there for me.
So we agree with the first four. The first four could stay.
For me, it'll probably be Kante 10th. You know,
I mean, if you want,
one position ahead.
You can switch Vieira to number 2, and then Gerrard 3, Keane 4, and then leave the rest as it is.
Well, Roy Keane has to be either side of Vieira.
Yeah, no, you can do Vieira second, Keane third.
Chat, no bullshit, chat. Like seriously, there. Who y'all think should be there? Because we starting up with Scholes, Gerrard or Vieira though. Like no joking. Like seriously, Gerrard or Vieira.
So what are we judging it on? Just ability wise or Premier League legacy?
No, not. This is nothing to do with who you enjoyed watching or not like that. But who was the better player though?
If we're just talking about ability, Patrick Vieira was the better player.
Mm-hmm.
If we're talking about overall everything, you have to ride the Keane.
Said no comment. He don't want to be involved in saying Vieira.
How about Scholes, Vieira, and then Gerrard third?
I could agree with Scholes, Vieira, Gerrard.
Can the defendant of Kevin De Bruyne throw something at the prosecutor in vibes?
Go ahead.
You know, as he says, when the lights shine bright, Kevin De Bruyne is not there. Champions League finals, etc. The one Champions League final that Man United were in and won whilst Roy Keane was there, did he play?
We can caveat that.
Roy Keane was responsible for getting us there in the first place.
Roy Keane got us.
The case is overruled, fam.
Hey, bro, I love you like you're my son, but you're wrong there, I'm afraid. Keane got them there in the Juventus game alone.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, didn't a certain Kevin De Bruyne kind of have a massive influence against Real Madrid to get into the final?
No, he scored a fluky long shot. All right, Tariq, I've got a question for you. In the game against Inter, did City play better when he got injured?
It was too early. He
played for 25 minutes. He's done good.
He getting a chance for Haaland.
How about this to make you happy? Yeah. How about De Bruyne goes 5th? How about that?
Yeah, that's where he's in my list. So I'm with that.
So you go Scholes, Vieira, Gerrard, Keane, and then De Bruyne.
Realist, could you make these adjustments as we go along, please?
That's literally my top 5.
I'm making a list already. Don't worry. All I know is people are going to be losing their minds when they see Scholes number one.
Yeah,
He's
I don't
biased.
think he should be. I don't think he should be number one.
No, he definitely shouldn't be. He's second on my list, but I just love him. He's like there's nostalgia things with this as well for me because he was, as I was growing up, Paul Scholes was just a player that I wished I could be. So I know that I have a absolute massive bias, despite the fact that I'm not a United fan at all, and I couldn't stand United. They were just, you had to respect how good they were, and Paul Scholes is just my favourite out of all of them.
We appreciate you, Ed.
It's a damn shame, Ed. It's a damn shame.
No,
Can we have
There's one or
Kante?
two in the fan base I'd gladly swap with you.
Can we have Kante above Fernandinho as well?
I'm starting to think that Vieira should probably be number one. You know,
I still would have Fabregas in there instead of Fernandinho. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, number one.
Yeah, me too. Vieira's one for me. My top five is Vieira, Scholes, Gerrard. I can't read it now. Kate, is that top three? And then I've got KDB 5. And where's my 4? Who's my 4? Keane.
Yeah. Do you know what? I can hear that. Can we go with that? Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
all right. So Vieira number one, Scholes, Keane, Gerrard.
De Bruyne.
No, Gerrard.
Is it Gerrard what?
Gerrard third.
Gerrard third. On ability. That might be where he gets stuck. But that's mine.
Right.
And then KDB 5.
I'm still complaining about this, even though we post.
Oh yeah, they're about to come. We know they're gonna lose their minds, bro. Don't worry. They're gonna say Gerrard shouldn't be there. He never won the league. You know how they are. You know how they are.
They're never happy. They're never happy.
Nah, to be honest, no one's going to be happy with whoever we put. The top 4, especially. The top 4.
but
I mean, yeah, it's debatable. The good thing about our top 4, I think, is you can just switch anyone you want in your own opinion. So.
100%.
Yeah, for me, just listen. Even to make the top 10, like you have to be at a certain level. It's all down to
you're saying number 5.
what order
You're
you
saying
have
number
it.
5 have to be KDB. Number 5.
Yeah,
Number 5.
and I think you
That's
might
really
agree with me. I think Kante has to be.
I'm thinking Silva have to be above KDB. You know.
I hate.
Can you adjust the list, please, so I can actually visualize
It
it?
has to be De Bruyne.
This guy, bro, always want to be the one that messed stuff up. You know, I
And
have
then-
a screen over here. I'm doing stuff here, trying to.
Would you
sort
not
the
agree
list
with
up.
me that Kante is above Lampard, or is that just me?
Just because of longevity, I can't.
No.
But
I can't make comments on Lampard. It just anger comes out.
suggest.
I mean, listen, you lot spent like a good 10 minutes basically saying Lampard has no ability, and whereas Kante, on the other hand,
That's absolutely not what was said.
yeah, you did.
In
You
comparison
basically
to
call him a third
the
man.
other people on this list.
You call him a third
You
man.
call him a what? You call him a what?
We've all agreed that Lampard, in terms of ability, was the worst. But
On this list. But that's
On
not to
this
say
list.
you're a bad player.
yeah, exactly.
Look at the quality on this list.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And some of the ones that didn't make the list.
I think Kante. That's just me in it. I think Kante is above.
I think Silva should be ahead of all of these men here remaining.
Now, all jokes aside, not ahead of De Bruyne.
You're really rating this ginger.
Bro, listen, I know I've questioned it, but yeah, De Bruyne's different. De Bruyne's different.
slap Silva ahead of Fernandinho. Because I'm happy.
Definitely.
All right, so basically we put in De Bruyne, then Silva.
And then Lampard. You can't have Lampard that low.
Can't have Lampard that low, even though that hurts.
Kante is 6.
All right, so De Bruyne, Lampard, Silva.
Yeah.
For me, be De Bruyne, Kante, Silva, but I'm overruled on this one.
It's just the longevity thing, no vibes. That's it. That's all I say. Because
One is longevity.
amazing, and then the Champions League one.
I
But
still think Silva should be there, but since I'm getting overruled with this one.
I mean, listen, we both got approved. My Kante shout's done, so it is what it is.
I think Kante's next, though, right?
Listen, if we took longevity out of all of these lists, then Yapstam would have been number 1 in the top 10 centre backs.
Fernandinho,
Oh, you know this. You know he's number
No,
one.
no, Rio over Stamp for me.
No, that's for you.
Even
Thank you, Ed. Thank
You
you,
have
Ed.
to over everyone. Don't care. I don't
Thank
care.
you, Ed.
And if bro, depends on what day I wake up, fam. You have some over Maldini, bro.
Well, you know my take on Maldini. That guy was a stupid quote. Just a pure walk.
All right, so I have Lampard 6, Silva 7.
Fernandinho 8.
I can't lie. Lampard 6 can annoy me though. He should have beat them.
Then we have Fernandinho, you know, bloody hell. This is mad, you know.
You know what?
And then what is it? Kante and Makaleli then. Or Makaleli,
You know what?
Kante.
I mean, you could make a case for Makaleli above Kante.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I would.
And I would.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. He is in my list.
Also, yeah, how about Makaleli 9th and Kante 10th?
Where does Mario Malchiot or Barriero come into this?
What?
Oh well, that's for Roland, you know. We just chuck
Yeah.
them in there for no reason. Just chuck them in there for no reason. All right, so Fernandinho is 8. So who is taking 9 and 10 with these two people here?
Paul
Makaleli, Kante.
Makaleli 9th.
9. Yeah.
Kante's 10th.
Do you know what? Fair play to Kante, because this was a brother who out of this list, he wasn't even playing professional football throughout most of his
That's
career.
true. That's true.
It's a mate top 10.
Him and Mahrez, bro. So Mahrez is when we do get to the wingers, fam. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, that's going to be chaos if you do it like the fullbacks where you want to combine left and
Oh,
right
you
together.
know how I want to do the wingers, bro. You know who I want to leave out, fam. But
Disgusting.
Okay, no. Yeah. If you leave that guy out, you'll go negative bonus. Negative.
all right. What if I leave that guy out and I put Pedersen number 1?
Then
You're a crackhead.
not only go negative bonus.
You're an absolute
You
crackhead.
smoke spice, you smoke rice, you're method.
All right, so Makaleli, then Kante. Yeah?
We might need Matt here for that one so we can advocate for Damien Duff.
No.
Oh, don't bring that up, man. Because I remember I put like Ronaldo and Sterling as my
Listen.
wingers. He had like Damien Duff and Ryan Babel.
Listen, my front three was Gareth Bale, Sergio Aguero, and Riyad Mahrez.
Listen, we can't do left and right, yeah? It's just all wingers, isn't it? I mean, we'll discuss it later, but yeah. I know what's going on my list.
Yeah, Brush, what you need to do is not do 5 and 5. 10's the best. Don't do 5 and 5.
Tell him, Ed, please.
Listen. I'm slightly
Thank you.
OCD, Ed. I have to keep it fair.
Bro,
innit?
you ain't
But
slightly, bro.
mad.
You fully.
You're
Man.
just being a
Because
pervert.
you can access to do that without doing that.
Mad.
There's
See, if
been
you just done the 10, there would have been no controversy. People wouldn't have been
Wait,
yelling at
alright.
you about Leighton
Tariq-
Baines online.
Tariq, for
Bro, ain't
perspective,
nobody
yeah?
yelled at me, fam. I wasn't
Wait,
speaking
read
to
this,
them.
hold on. Tariq, for perspective, yeah? He wanted to do top 10 right backs, yeah? So I said, all right, who would be on your right back list after number 5? He said, Cancelo, Steve Finnan, Jamie Carragher. Never in my life, wallahi, never in my life are they going on a top 10 list.
These were not on record. That is not on record anywhere. You can't
Listen,
prove it.
Tariq, you heard what I said, yeah? On my life, they are never going in the top 10 list.
I think I'd make a case for Steve Finnan, but
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Kevin Foley third. I was so surprised I didn't put that in.
no. There's a hot take I got wrong.
I mean, it can't be worse than Roland, innit?
The hot take Ed said before, previously, he thought that Kevin Foley was it the next Gary Neville. You thought he was going to be.
I did, yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't know who that guy is. So
No one does. No one does vibes. It's fine.
You know what's mad? Yeah, the thing that I'm using with, yeah, they have all these other players.
Marcus Babbel.
You know they don't have
Paxton, you just reminded me of another player. You know, Christian Ziga was underrated.
Yo,
Yeah.
you know how they don't have a picture of N'Golo Kante? These man are pagans, you know. They have
Just
Makaleli and
one.
all these men who retired. They don't have a picture of Kante.
You know what? You need to find the picture of him smiling with a bike helmet. He's used that.
He's always smiling. Isn't he?
On to other news. Why is Kante in a relationship with Jules Ceese's ex? What's going on there, fam?
I don't know. That's something for you to
you saw-
investigate in your spare
saw
time.
Dribble
I
Ceese's
thought that was
hairstyle.
mad, you know. I'm like, brother, I mean, you're like 4'5", bro. She's taller than you too, you know. And why, bro? She's older by far. So, like, what the hell is
I
wrong
mean,
with you?
he likes what he likes. I mean, you and
So
I might not say it.
what we've determined in this last 20 seconds is that you are ageist as well as heightist.
He bro, she was just saying this because he liked
Heightist.
not even mature with me. He likes.
Brother, just making shit up, you know. He said,
I mean, you just said he's 4'11", so technically isn't like most people taller than him.
I mean, that's
What's
the
the guy
To
to
be
do?
fair, he can afford stepdad, doesn't it? So it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, saying that really, you do like Mary G, and she's like 77, isn't it? So
respect Mary J. Blige, fam. What's wrong with you?
They said nothing. She came up in the 50s or 60s, I think.
Do you know someone we didn't talk about? Most of you lot are Man United fans. Keybot. I liked him.
I didn't hear what
The
you said.
thing is, I
Nicky
first
Butt. He
mentioned
said
him.
Nicky Butt.
They say I'm biased in it, but they want to.
Nicky Butt.
Nicky Butt.
Yeah, nah. He wasn't getting in over honourable mentions like Mascherano.
Can I ask a question as well? What position would you put this guy in? This is for you guys will know this better than me and vibes. Matt Letizia.
Yeah, a 10. Yeah.
So the hardest thing with him though, T, is the fact that quite honestly, at Southampton for however long he was there, he played honestly wherever the hell he wanted, and the other 10 just got him the ball. So it was
I was just going to say a bit more of an old school 10 team, so similar to like a Zola Bergkamp kind of, you know.
Yeah. Oh, kind of like a Dele Alli was as well.
Yeah. And as you've touched on Matt Letizia, another one I just remembered, Peter Beardsley was a brilliant player.
Yes.
Yeah. A Gascoigne as well. I don't think we gave him an honourable mention.
This is just for you as well, because on Twitter, just reminisce about the good days of Matt Letizia, because recently,
he's gone mental.
Yeah,
it's not just him. Ricky Lambert.
There was a video of Ricky Lambert. Yeah, I swear, I'm not making this up. He said there was a scientist who conducted a test, right, with 2 cups of water. He spoke nice to one glass of water, and he insulted the other one. And apparently,
the
one he spoke nice to had better crystals and all that. Let's just say Ricky Lambert stuff.
They say that in relation to plants.
No, he did it with water glasses. Let's just say
if Ricky Lambert and Matt Letizia did a tour together, didn't they? And if Matt Letizia is the sensible one, you're in trouble. That's probably the best way to put it.
Matt Letizia was spoken about in the office a lot in the old job.
Would you know? Because he did. I know he's at Southampton. He did win anything, but he's remembered properly. Yeah. We see with Kane, that trophy thing's always going to stick with him.
I think it's because when Letizia was coming up, the social media thing and all this wasn't that big like that time.
No, plus
now with Harry Kane, bro, he's getting crucified for not winning trophies if he stays.
No, plus I was going to say, to be fair to Letizia, he did get called up to England, did he? For a while.
I was about to say, yeah. Did he play for England?
Not enough. Glenn Hoddle didn't like him.
Not really. But it was very political back then, man. Listen, Steve Bruce doesn't have England caps like he should. Andy Cole doesn't.
Who was the guy who went in Euros over Ian Wright? I remember Ian Wright speaking about it.
Andy Cole was overlooked, and he was scoring goals in Europe as well as in the league consistently.
So this is what we agreed on, yeah?
Yeah, I just need to see what Kante picture.
No picture, bro. I can't.
I told you, get the one where he's smiling with his bike.
Oh, the thing itself don't have no picture for him, so I can't.
I thought you have to go on Google and shit. But yeah,
Chelsea fans are gonna go crazy. The ones that see this.
I think there's gonna be some backlash for no Fabregas there.
No, shouldn't be. Nah, man, come on. These footballers.
Bro, they got Vieira in there. What else do they want?
Yeah, I don't think people will be too fussed.
You have 3 players in there, that's not nice.
I mean, one was kind of disputed, but no one listened.
Yeah, no Fabregas.
Yeah, Chelsea fans are going to complain about where Lampard is. They would want to push him higher.
Yes, but
I mean, our rebuttal can be you lot were all Frankie Lampard on it, so you could have backed your superstar then.
It's true, man. Right.
Should I really post this on Twitter, fam? This is gonna go lit.
I mean, listen, you posted a clip of Roland saying Celestine Babayaro. That's
Nah, kind of poor Roland, that's not nice what I did to him.
Do you know what I like about this chat? What we've done here, we've not just gone, slap Lampard in there because of how much he's won, like, and what he and etc.
You have to look at the overall, don't you?
As a player,
yeah.
And I think that's more or less the fair way to do these things. If you just say, "Oh, he's won this," then you have to put him. That's stupid, though. That don't mean you're a good player. You can
No.
just be getting in the team and just being carried all the time. Oh, I'm just here for vibes.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's
we
what I'm saying.
had
There's a lot of players who
bloody
won everything.
Brush. What's the guy named that your boy, the goalkeeper for us, who was just there chilling, doing interviews?
Lee Grant.
We had League Grand just chilling. We were
Oh,
obviously
no. Listen,
but man was
respect
just
League Grand.
chilling, fam. He was
He
just
had
there
the
for
best
vibes.
job on the planet. He was getting paid
Listen.
20 grand a week to just
League
come
Grand
in,
is that.
clap the fans, pick up a
Actually, yeah,
few
really,
codes and that.
you could just mention in your tweet that this is about ability, and actually, you don't have to mention nothing. Let him
No,
argue.
prof, the chaos is better, but I didn't mention
Yeah,
that.
let him argue. It is what it is.
Yeah, because bro,
You know,
the last
I think Lampard would be happy when he's on the list.
who?
Lampard.
I think Lampard would be realistically enough happy to be just on the list. I think he knows what he was.
Fans though, football fans in this day and age, they will think that he needs to be higher and all type of.
No, I'm telling you, a lot of them,
that's the
I'm telling
thing.
you, really, a lot of them live off recency bias. So they
Yeah,
might
with this kind of
why is
list,
he not higher?
with this kind of list, I don't really care too much about positioning because everyone's going to differ. I just like to look at the list as a whole to see if we got the majority of it right. And I think, in most of these lists, I think, you'll get about 7 to 8 that everyone agrees with. And then there's 2 that's just down to preference.
Yeah.
So it's impossible to please everyone, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but I think Asterix, I still think we did a decent job,
Yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this one in the centre backs one you did.
Ooh.
Yeah, the centre back. Yeah, that was wild.
I actually agree with Roland about Desai. I can't lie. I agree with.
Desai has to be in there.
No, there was reasons why he's not top 10, but anyway. You know what I know is we did do keepers, but anyway, we do wingers next.
Alan Shearer had Desai in his top 10 and he played against him.
Bro, Alan Shearer had Andy Robertson in third in his top 10 fullbacks. I don't care what you say.
Andy Robertson. Yeah, listen, Andy Robertson.
Yeah. No, Tariq, hold on. No, Tariq. In his all-time Premier League fullbacks, Andy Robertson third, never. All time.
Andy Robertson,
all time,
has got the most assists of any left back in Premier League history.
Japanese? Did you hear the words all time? All time, bro. All time.
Premier League.
Am I speaking Japanese, fam?
Premier League, right?
Wallahi, all time.
I can't defend that. I love Andy Robertson. He's one of the few players I've seen lock down Saka. Lock him down.
Brandon Williams locked him down a few days ago.
So I can't get lost.
Obviously, I know the show is going in a different direction now, but to be honest, the drop. I mean, obviously Liverpool hasn't been the best last season, but the drop off from Andy Robertson is a madness,
He's a shouting.
He just looks like some average guy now,
He does, but do you think that's the intensity of Klopp?
100%.
You think what? He's just fed up of it then?
Yeah, and also we take this longevity thing for granted. He's been there for 6 years. He's had 5 brilliant years out of the 6, and then all of a sudden, oh no, he's crap.
You did set up for Fabinho.
Listen, Fabinho was one of the best. If we look at the last 5-6 years in the Premier League, especially
in the club system,
Rodri and Fabinho have been a different level, man.
No, but in a club system, that's why Fabinho looks like he's 57 now, because the amount of running you have to do for Klopp here is crackhead behavior, and he played in every single game,
and he was one of the best.
And as Ed was saying, with this club system as well, vibes is when one cog ain't working, that it mash up the whole machine. Like everyone else looks out of place.
Bro, Tariq, when I knew Fabinho was done, it might be the last game. He could not. There was some Southampton midfielder. He could have cut him up to trip him.
I couldn't lie, vibes. Initially, I thought it was just a form thing, but then it turned into 18 months, and I was like, wow, it's one of the quickest declines I've ever seen.
When you can't catch a man up to trip him up here, you do.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. It's Saudi time.
So you're saying because of that, he had to go Saudi?
Well, no, because they're actually in talks in it at the moment. £40 million
in my
deal.
opinion, I think Liverpool should keep him and get Lavia. If they sell Fabinho and get Lavia, I think it's better for downgrade. Just like Tariq, I actually heard something, by the way. Actually, no, it's the Arsenal thing we'll talk about after a few minutes. And I'm going for 2 hours. But somewhere, I know you're going to like it. It's about Shaka, by the way.
Not in the
Anyway,
top 10. I'm with you.
No, not top 10. It was something that I'd say off.
Anyway, people, this is another one of the top 10s, and we have wingers coming up next.
Shout out Moss as well, bringing out receipts, old receipts, but
Man like
receipts,
Mussolino,
receipts nonetheless.
I want to leave certain players out, but I can't, so I will have to like.
Is it
No. I told you.
next week?
If you leave that guy out there,
What was that? What was that, Ed?
Is it next week, wingers?
What you man doing Saturday? If you're on the wrong Saturday,
I'm free.
combination.
But
Yeah.
Roll. If Roland wants to step back in, that
you could come back in. You and Roland could be there next if Roland's there.
Nice.
We could get wingers.
But there's just one guy.
I'll bring some young energy to this.
Just to think about if we want to please this EOP over there.
No.
Right wingers, left wingers, or
No,
all in
Jesus.
one.
All wingers.
All in
So
one.
Madness.
if you try and leave a certain
Listen,
guy,
the only reason Vibes is saying combine is because he can't think of a top 10.
all right, go on, bro.
Not once.
Hold on.
This is the
but
third show now. Not once have you come up with a full 10 before the show.
Hold on. Let me put him on spot right on screen, bro. On your left winger list, who would be 7 all time?
We haven't got to the stream yet. Unlike you, I actually like to do my research. So
go on.
yeah.
Today research, you should know off the top of your head.
I say,
yeah. Everything should just be off the top of my head, right? I just walk around with like 10 plays in my head.
Yeah.
I say you should do it all, because if you do it all realistic, mate, you have to like really fight hard to get one XY. I think the top 10, if you did like a left wingers, I think it'd be quite easy.
I told you, really.
Listen, T, he wanted to pussy out of this one and make it a top 15. I had to insist on keeping it 10.
To be fair, I said top 15. I said top 15. Me and Ed agreed on top 15 just because I knew there was going to be people crying, fam, because this guy can't. You get what I'm saying?
I just didn't understand how you could do a combined list for fullbacks and then go to 15 all of a sudden. I was like, what?
Bro, piss off, fam. You want to turn up when the stream's about to end? Talk about Link.
You see, we've done literally a 6, an 8, and a 10 in a midfielders one, so we can do wingers easy.
Exactly.
It's more fun.
But obviously, with strikers, there's always going to be some forwards and all
the
that.
chaos ensue.
Oh, it's about to get wild. Don't worry. When we reach the wingers, I'm trying to say people shouldn't be there, but can't say it.
Man like Garnacho and them, man.
Yeah. Time to end the stream on that. Yo, tell these men where to find you, bro. Big up my guy T.
Hey, bless up, man. Thank you. It's been a pleasure being invited onto here. So yeah, you can find me Tariq Talks. There it is. Tariq Talks. I'll be doing transfer shows. The Arsenal show will be back as well, guys. We'll be back again tomorrow. So if any Arsenal fans are interested in that, but yeah, we've got plenty of transfer shows. I want to do drafts coming up as well, so stay tuned, guys. Just check out Tariq Talks, YouTube, Twitter on there. Appreciate you all.
Yo, it's link in the description, people. Make sure you go follow the man, yeah? Vibes, Taylor Swift concert next near you or something?
Yeah, next year still. I'll be posting a vlog on this channel.
All right. Yeah. Brush?
You can find me at Twitter at Brushy87. Big up everyone in chat. And I see Crab's just arrived as well. Go follow him up on Twitch at Crab Dribble.
Yeah, late as always. Ed?
You'll find me nowhere, so just follow Tariq Talks.
I said find him nowhere, you know. Bloody hell. Said find him nowhere, you know. Anyway, big up, people. Appreciate the man coming out, all who came through and support. Crab is always late. You know. This guy, bro, are you special needs or something? You don't know time. Big up, people. We are out.